Good afternoon from our NBA TV studios in Atlanta. I'm Kyle Montgomery, and we have breaking news to tell you about. After losing out on the Carmelo Anthony sweepstakes to the New York Knicks, Mikhail Prokhorov and the New Jersey Nets landed an all-star of their own in the form of Utah's Deron Williams. The Nets will send guard Devin and rookie Derick along with 2 first-round picks to the Jazz to complete the deal for the all-star point guard. Earlier, I spoke with NBA.com's David Aldridge about this deal.
I don't think Deron Williams saw this on the radar. I think what it does tell you is that it's clear now, as we've been talking about a lot over the last few weeks, that this was not just about Deron Williams and Jerry Sloan having an argument. You know, I mean, Jerry Sloan's not the coach of the Utah Jazz anymore. And so this is about a relationship between Deron Williams and the Jazz organization that has gone south in the last couple of months. For whatever reason, the Jazz did not have to do this deal. Deron Williams is under contract for another year and a half. It is not like he was going to be a free agent. This is not like Carmelo Anthony, where the Nuggets knew they had to do something or they could lose him this summer. They have him under contract, for a while. And so it just tells you that they decided that whatever was going on between them and him was so bad, they just couldn't see going forward with it, and have decided to end it today. And that is a stunning change in terms of the tone and change in terms of what I thought was a decent relationship between him and the team. He was obviously not happy with some of the personnel moves, but I think this tells you today unequivocally that they were not happy with him either.
Yeah, it seems, you kind of touched on it, it seems really curious of the timing of this entire thing. Jerry Sloan leaves last week. Why not do this last week instead of now?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't believe this was on the table 2 weeks ago. I don't think that the Jazz were looking to do this 2 weeks ago. I think they were hopeful that once, Jerry Sloan left, that things would kind of calm down and they could then see what kind of team they had. And if they didn't like what they had, they could certainly make moves this summer. I don't think they were looking. In fact, I talked to their owner right after Jerry Sloan resigned. Talked to Greg Miller, and he said that, we still like Deron. We think Deron's going to be a big part of this going forward. And, they were hopeful that they could, again, see what they had. Now, they have lost 5 in a row at home, and that's been a very tough losing streak for them. But, again, this must tell you that something fairly recently has totally changed the Jazz's approach to Deron Williams and made them feel like they couldn't even go into the contract year before they had to do something. Now, they did like Derick Favors. That's a guy that they have liked. They looked at him long and hard before the draft. And so they've always been covetous of him. And Devin Harris is a good point guard, but he's not as good as Deron Williams.
Meanwhile, in another trade, the Nets have reportedly sent Troy Murphy back to the Golden State Warriors for Dan Derick and Brandon Wright. Murphy seemed to lose favor with head coach Avery Johnson, seeing his playing minutes reduced dramatically and playing in only 16 games this season. His expiring contract might be the biggest asset to Golden State. We'll return throughout the afternoon with more updates and the latest on trade proposals as we approach tomorrow's trade deadline, and tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern for NBA TV's trade deadline special, where we break down the deals all the way down to the deadline at 3 p.m. And of course, for all of your trade talk news, please log on to NBA.com.